I wasn't confident about winning or losing.
My condition coach, he told me like we need do something different, like, you know.
Why I should think what if this, what if that? We are in reality now.
So could we have a third fight?
Like you ask him about if he give me a rematch.
Yeah.
I think no.
You don't think so?
No.
We're talking about opponent, yeah? About Beterbiev, yeah? Yeah. He has 100% knockouts before the first fight.
Dmitry Bivol recently claimed that he wants revenge for his previous loss against Artur Beterbiev. Beterbiev and Bivol sat down to review their first fight, but Dmitry made a surprising admission. He had not actually watched the full bout. Instead, he claimed to have only observed the key moments, focusing on the most impactful exchanges to assess both his strengths and weaknesses.
Oh, I just saw good moments, bad moments.
Dmitry Bivol acknowledged Artur Beterbiev's relentless pressure, admitting he was well aware that it is one of Artur's greatest strengths. He praised Beterbiev's ability to break opponents down, but remained confident in his own skill set.
I knew that he could move forward like this and pressure. This is his good side.
Artur Beterbiev admitted that every round holds the potential for surprises. He also acknowledged Dmitry's skill, stating that Bivol had performed well in their fight first bout.
Every round like can be surprise, you know. But he did good. Good.
In addition, Beterbiev revealed that every time he watches his fight with Bivol, he studies both his successes and analyzes his mistakes. He implied he was not going to make any previous mistake and that he is sharpening his weapons for the rematch.
You know, you're always looking for some mistakes, what you did. Not to
you did wrong.
Yeah, what you did wrong, like, you know, you always only these points I see there. Like.
Coach Joel Diaz revealed that he watched the first fight closely and had Bivol winning up until the 7th round. He acknowledged Beterbiev's well-known power, stating that everyone understands the danger he brings with every punch. However, up to that point, Diaz believed Bivol was in control, moving smoothly, displaying excellent footwork, and countering effectively. He stated Beterbiev would throw a combination and right away Bivol would retaliate with a counter with more volume. 7 to 8 rounds I gave to Bivol.
I've had Bivol, because we were watching the fight and we're focusing on it because we knew it was a tough fight, and everybody knows that Beterbiev is very strong and he can hurt you with any punch. But up to the 7th round, I had Bivol winning the fight with his moves. He was moving really well on his feet. He was countering. Of course, he was getting hit because it's the fight.
However, Diaz advised Bivol to be more aggressive, urging him to throw combinations and step in and close the gap instead of retreating when Beterbiev attacks. He warned that allowing Beterbiev to unload would only help him build momentum.
And I focus a lot of Mexican style fight. I can see a lot of things that Bivol can do. Hit, because we know that we have a strong fighter in front of me. You know, throw combinations, hit, and when he's about to start unloading on me, just close the gap, get inside, close, and don't let him unload. Instead of moving back, you know.
Dmitry Bivol recalled that as a child, his father was never fully satisfied with his performances. Even when he fought well, his coaches were just as demanding, rarely giving him full approval. This relentless standard built a habit of self-criticism, something he believes is crucial for growth. In his eyes, no matter how good you are, there's always room for improvement, because perfection has no limits.
When I was a kid and my father didn't like my fights. Even I made a good fight. My coaches didn't like them for 100%. And I got this habit because it helps you to improve, yeah. If you see something which was good, but it could be every time it could be better. There is no limit to be perfect.
Canelo Alvarez predicted that the rematch will be another electrifying bout. Alvarez praised both Bivol and Beterbiev for their immense skill. He acknowledged that their matchup promises to be a thrilling spectacle for boxing fans around the world. Additionally, Canelo hinted at the possibility of returning to the light heavyweight division.
And just one more from me, Beterbiev-Bivol, the rematch. What a great fight that is in Saudi. How do you see that playing out, Saudi?
It's going to be a really good fight again. Both are great fighters and
do you see yourself fighting a light heavyweight again?
maybe.
Artur confidently joked that he would have preferred a few more rounds in their last fight, subtly implying that while Bivol may have been feeling the pace and was tired, whereas he still had plenty left in the tank. Artur humorously added, "Because I am not good boxer, I need more rounds."
I prefer if we have a couple rounds more.
15 rounds.
Yeah,
Old school.
yeah.
Sports commentator Russ Anber questioned how much Dmitry Bivol could improve his performance before the rematch against Beterbiev. While Anber acknowledged that Bivol delivered an exceptional display in their first encounter, he questioned what adjustments could make to achieve a different outcome. In addition, Russ stated that we could see a better version of Beterbiev, as we did not see the full display of his skills in the first matchup.
Difficult to say. I'm not sure how much more he can improve on his performance. I think he boxed an excellent fight. I'm not sure what alternatives he can come up with, but I do believe that Beterbiev can improve on his last performance. I don't think we saw Beterbiev at his best.
Bivol admitted that he enjoys when people appreciate his fighting style and takes satisfaction in seeing his corner pleased with his performance. However, he remains focused on his own standards, knowing that true success is not just about praise, it's about constant improvement.
I'm enjoying when people like how I'm fighting, when my corner is happy, I'm enjoying.
You enjoy that.
MMA artist and commentator Joe Rogan praised Artur Beterbiev, labeling him as one of the most terrifying boxers. Rogan highlighted Beterbiev's incredible knockout power, pointing to the fact that Dmitry Bivol is the only fighter to ever go the distance with him. He viewed this as a testament not only to Beterbiev's ferocity, but also to Bivol's resilience.
He did a hammer workout on a tire where he hit a tire for an hour.
He did? For an hour? What?
He hit a tire for an hour with a sledgehammer.
Those Dagestanis are made of different.
He's Chechenian.
Is he Chechenian?
But same
mountain people.
Hamzat Chimaev, savage people.
Yeah.
And he's one of the scariest boxers of all time. The only fight that he had as a professional that went the distance is Bivol.
I know.
Dmitry dismissed the notion of whether he would have granted a rematch if he had won, stating there was no point in dwelling on what could have been, because, in reality, it did not happen. However, Beterbiev was quick to fire back, confidently asserting that if Bivol had been the one with his hand raised, Bivol would not have offered a rematch.
Why I should think, what if this, what if that? We are in reality now.
So could we have a third fight?
Like you ask him about if he give me a rematch.
Yeah.
I think no.
You don't think so?
No.
Dmitry Bivol admitted that he was not entirely confident while awaiting the judges' scorecards. He explained that his focus was not solely on winning or losing, but on evaluating his performance.
I wasn't confident about winning or losing.
Moreover, Joe Rogan recognized the immense stakes surrounding the bout. He praised Bivol's exceptional skill set, highlighting his victory over Canelo Alvarez as proof of his legendary boxing ability. Rogan also acknowledged that Bivol's discipline and prowess make him a challenge for Beterbiev.
That's February 22nd. I'm pumped for that fight.
They're going to fight again?
Oh, yeah. It's a rematch. I'm very pumped for that fight because Bivol is so goddamn good, too. What he did to Canelo, like, no one's ever done that Canelo.
Former pro boxer Carl Froch advised Dmitry Bivol for his rematch with Artur Beterbiev. He pointed out the significance of maintaining intensity in the later rounds. Froch noted that in their first match, Bivol appeared too slow and sluggish in the last 3 rounds, whereas Beterbiev remained active and continued fighting. Froch said that Bivol should show more urgency and effort in the closing stages to secure a decisive victory. Froch added, "When the judges see someone trying to finish the job or trying to make the fight happen, they tend to give them the round, and that might have been Bivol's downfall."
I think Bivol maybe needs to look a bit more interested, if that's fair, towards the end of the fight. Maybe around 10, 11 and 12, I think he needs to get more shots off because he finished slow. Beterbiev put it on him a little bit more. It looked like he wanted to be in there a bit more. It looked like he was trying to win and trying to get that victory, and the judges do like that.
Beterbiev and Bivol spoke highly of each other, showing mutual respect. Both fighters praised each other's abilities, acknowledging the strengths that make them formidable in the ring. It's clear they hold each other in high regard. Both were asked to describe each other in 3 words. Here is what they said.
Power, strength, focus. Powerful, aggressive, and endurance.
In addition, both fighters acknowledged that Bivol has a larger following, with fans dedicated to supporting him worldwide. Bivol himself recognized this and expressed his love and gratitude for his fans.
Fun. I think he has more fans.
I have a good fan base. They support me in Kyrgyzstan, in Russia, and I love them, my fans. And everywhere in the world I have some fans here, but one of the biggest is in Kyrgyzstan, of course.
Former professional boxer Oscar De La Hoya pointed out that Bivol's movement and his ability to read opponents gives him a tactical edge, but he knows the danger Beterbiev brings. He described him as a relentless fighter who pressures from the opening bell.
It's a very unique style. I would have to give Dimitri Bivol the advantage here a little bit because he has better footwork. Beterbiev kind of like just stalks you down, you know, and with Bivol, he's just like constantly bam, 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 you know? I love that. He's a good boxer, man.
Beterbiev gave credit to both fighters' defensive skills, recognizing the strengths in each. However, Bivol confidently believes his defense is superior.
I think both are bad.
I think my defense is better.
Moreover, when the topic of knockout power came up, Beterbiev played it humble, downplaying his impressive record by claiming he only knocks opponents out because of luck. Bivol, however, acknowledged the truth, conceding that Beterbiev undoubtedly has the stronger knockout power.
When knockout power?
Yeah.
If you compare with the statistic, yes, me, but I don't think so too.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
You're being humble, man.
Because I'm lucky.
Okay.
It's all because I'm lucky.
We're talking about opponent, yeah? About Beterbiev, yeah? Yeah. He has 100% knockouts before the first fight.
Lionel Thompson predicted that Artur Beterbiev would not allow the fight to go the full 12 rounds in the rematch. He emphasized that while Dimitri Bivol managed to avoid a knockout and lasted the distance in their first encounter, as per his opinions, simply surviving the fight does not equal to a victory. Thompson suggested that Beterbiev would be more aggressive this time, aiming to secure a clear victory.
Like, why people saying that? Because they not used to seeing nobody go the distance from Arthur. So they figured, oh, if he went the distance, so he must have won.
Artur Beterbiev revealed that he approached his conditioning differently for this fight compared to previous bouts. He acknowledged making adjustments in his preparation, aiming to improve his performance for the rematch against Dimitri Bivol. Artur stated, "We will try to be better than this time than last time."
For example, my conditioning coach, he tell me like we need to do something different, like, you know.
Dimitri Bivol acknowledged that becoming the undisputed light heavyweight champion is a goal, but emphasized that he wants revenge against Beterbiev for the first bout. Bivol stated, "When the athlete is losing, of course he wants revenge, and of course I am the same."
I still want to be undisputed, and now I want to revenge.
Yeah.
David Benavidez praised both Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol as high-profile fighters. He admired their ability to make adjustments in their rematch. He was unsure if the second fight would play out the same as the first. Benavidez expressed that if it does follow a similar pattern, he predicts Bivol will be the victor.
I mean, I don't know, because both those fighters are both high-caliber fighters, so they can make adjustments. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the same fight or not. But if it's the same fight, I feel like Bivol wins.
Pro boxer Leiden Arthur has sparred with Beterbiev and fought Dimitri Bivol, provided a comparison between the two. He recalled the experience and emphasized that the challenge was absorbing punches from both fighters, especially with 10-ounce gloves. He noted that Beterbiev's combination of power, pressure, and stamina makes it incredibly difficult for any fighter to maintain control, suggesting that Bivol's ability to withstand that intensity will be a key factor.
Like you say, I've been in with both of them. Obviously, sparring Beterbiev, not the same as the fight, but the punches that he throws, to be able to take them in 10-ounce gloves at the pace he brings them, and the resilience he comes in the ring with, it's going to be hard for Bivol to keep him off, I think.
Chris Algieri suggested that the Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol rematch may not be as exciting as many fans are hoping for. Algieri emphasized the bout's importance. He pointed out that the fight is important not only for the future of the light heavyweight division, but also for the sport of boxing, as it could have a major impact on the overall pound-for-pound rankings.
Listen, compared to the last fight, obviously what we saw in the first fight, it's not going to be a gangbusters type fight. But it's a very important fight for the weight class, for the divisions, for the pound-for-pound rankings. So the level of that main event is humongous.
Former world champ Roy Jones Jr. voiced his analysis on the battle, stating that Dmitry Bivol's ability to withstand Artur Beterbiev's power would be of significance to Bivol's chances of victory. Jones Jr. also emphasized that while Bivol has the skill to win, he would need to work extremely hard to break down Beterbiev over the course of the fight.
If Bivol can take Arthur's punch, Arthur gonna have problems. If Arthur can take Bivol's punch, Bivol got to work for a long time.
In the first bout, many fans and spectators expected Artur Beterbiev to stop Dmitry Bivol by a knockout, given his perfect record of 20 wins with 20 knockouts at the time. However, Beterbiev dismissed any frustration over not being able to secure a knockout, stating that he was not upset by the outcome.
No upset, because I never focus of knocking out someone like.
Artur Beterbiev emphasized that his primary focus was never on knocking Bivol out, but rather on executing his game plan effectively.
I'm more focused for another details.
Radovoy Kalajdzik praised Artur Beterbiev's power, stating that Beterbiev hits harder with 16-ounce gloves than most fighters do with 10-ounce gloves. He recalled sparring with Beterbiev and feeling the full force of his punches despite the heavier gloves. Kalajdzik added that after that experience, when he fought opponents wearing 10-ounce gloves, he was surprised at how little their punches affected him compared to the power Beterbiev generated even with the extra padding.
He hits hard. He hits harder than most people that wear 10-ounce gloves. He was wearing 16s, and I felt the power with 16 ounces. And then when I fight people that wear 10 ounces, I'm like, bro, yeah, his power is insane. He's harder than anybody I've fought or sparred.
Ariel Helwani, who believed that Dmitry Bivol won the first fight against Artur Beterbiev, raised questions about the potential for a trilogy. He speculated that if Bivol were to secure a decisive and unquestionable victory in the rematch, it would strengthen the case for a third fight. Helwani suggested that the nature of Bivol's performance would ultimately determine whether a trilogy would be necessary.
You know, I thought Bivol won the first fight, and then I'm thinking, all right, let's say he figures it out and he wins the second fight, and he does it more comfortably, right? No controversy. I'm starting to think like, okay, are they going to try to do a trilogy?
However, Kalajdzik reflected on his experiences fighting top fighters in the division, acknowledging that after facing Beterbiev, he now understands the unique power Beterbiev possesses. He also noted the closeness of the Beterbiev versus Bivol fight, stating that based on that, he believes Bivol is a different kind of fighter, and that's his personal opinion.
Well, I sparred Kovalev, Triple G, Beterbiev. I sparred the top guys in the world, Morel now, and I just know Beterbiev's different. And just how close Bivol and Beterbiev fight is, I know Bivol's different, and that's just what I believe.
Teofimo Lopez voiced his opinions on the upcoming rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, predicting a victory for Beterbiev. However, he expressed his support for Bivol, stating that he hopes to see him perform better than in the first match. Lopez stated that he believes Beterbiev will inflict more damage this time. He noted, however, that Bivol lacked the necessary grit in the final rounds of their initial fight.
Who you got February 22nd, Bivol or Beterbiev? I think same outcome. Beterbiev, but rooting for Bivol. Hopefully he does better than the first time. If anything, I think Beterbiev is gonna hurt Bivol this time around. But kudos to Bivol, man. He boxed very well, but he just didn't show enough grit in the last championship rounds. It's a great fight.
Callum Smith reflected on his amateur bout with Dmitry Bivol and acknowledged both Beterbiev and Bivol as exceptional fighters. He noted that the first fight between the two was incredibly close, with split opinions on the victor, suggesting a draw might have been a fair result. Smith also pointed out that in the rematch, both fighters would be more familiar with each other. He also highlighted the advantage Bivol has, being younger and fresher compared to Beterbiev.
They're both very, very good fighters. I think that showed in the first fight. It was very, very hard to split them. I think I've seen a lot favour Beterbiev, a lot favour Bivol. A draw, probably a fair result, but I don't know. I just think second time round, they obviously both know each other well. I just don't know if the timing keeps going on, it favours Bivol a little bit more. He's younger, he's fresher, and Beterbiev.
Jim Lampley pointed out that like in Beterbiev's fight with Bivol, the outcome could depend on who lands the bigger shot. He acknowledged Beterbiev's experience in taking on and knocking out bigger opponents, making him the likely favorite in that scenario. Ultimately, Lampley emphasized the importance of seeing these fights unfold.
I would see him as dead even with Beterbiev. Whoever lands a bigger shot coming forward would probably win the fight. But Beterbiev has fought bigger guys and knocked them out, and maybe he would be the logical favorite there too. At the end of the day, we want to see these fights.
Who are you supporting in this exciting matchup? Let us hear your thoughts in the comments section below. If you want to stay updated with the latest boxing news, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a beat. And we'll see you in the next video with the latest updates.